My name is Kenzie. I'm from the United States. We've been living in Vietnam for a year now, teaching English. And
yeah, my name is Lee. I'm also from the United States, and yeah, we came here together, so.
And I am just curious about your relationship.
We will be celebrating our 6th anniversary in like 3 weeks.
6 months?
Years.
6 years.
6 years.
Hi, Alushka.
I know lesbians like to do 6 months anniversaries, but we just do years.
6 years? I want love like that, me.
So jealous.
Right. So, can you guys tell us a little bit more about your 6-year relationship? How did it start?
Well, we met on a website, but it was before like Tinder or anything, so it was called OkCupid.
It was the only free website, that dating website that you didn't have to pay for.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I think we should try it. Right?
I'm not gonna try it because my boyfriend will kill me.
Yeah, I don't know if
You can try it. And you guys were in school? Were you in school?
I was still at university, but Lee had already
I was
graduated.
working. Yeah.
And you spoke to each other on the internet and then just met? Or how did it happen? Do you remember that day? Like the first day? Was it like love at first sight?
I think we were both really surprised because when you're talking to someone on the internet, at first it was just, you know, like a sentence and then a sentence in reply. And then suddenly we're sending like paragraphs to one another. So we're like, okay, let's just meet. And I think we were both so nervous that we were being catfished. Because like there were like 20 lesbians in our town at the time. And we had been through, you know, the profiles of all of them pretty much. And then Lee messaged and I was like, oh my gosh, she's cute. She obviously read my profiles. She can read, she can read. Wow.
Such basic needs, right?
I don't ask for that.
And when you met, was it like a awkward-y feeling?
Super awkward.
Meet in a car?
In a car? Where did you guys meet?
We met at a restaurant and I remember I got there first and I was so nervous. I was like, please, I just need the server to come to bring me a drink so I can calm down. And in that time, Lee came in and I just remember her sitting across from me and just like, whoa.
You're pretty.
And I remember feeling so relieved that she was obviously just as nervous as I was. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, all right. She's real and
she was going to a movie afterwards and she told me that she was meeting her friends, but then her friends canceled apparently.
It really was. It was true. They really did.
So then we went to the movie and it was about this like lady with a dead baby. It was really weird.
Very strange.
It was a very strange movie.
You watched a movie about a lady and a dead baby.
Yeah. You know, usually that's not a good sign, but things turned out well.
It's lovely. Can you tell me more about like romantic moments between you two?
Well, on our first date we had zero. Lee was dropping me off from the movie theater and it was kind of that moment. It's the end of the date, you know. It's gone really well, I thought. She's like, okay, well, see you later. And I was like,
just that?
Okay, maybe it didn't go as well as I thought. Okay, bye. So awkward. Our next date was like 2 days later, and that's when romantic stuff started to happen.
The kiss. And the first kiss, was it like close your eyes? Oh.
Not quite like that. I'm not sure if I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. We were at my house and I have like a white couch and she spilled her wine all over it. So then she like got up and she was like, I'm gonna go, I have to leave now.
I thought she was gonna throw me out.
Yeah.
A beautiful white couch with a huge red wine stain.
Yeah, but it was fine.
She got over it very quickly.
Yeah.
Instead of getting angry, you just
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay.
For like 6 years, you guys remember that something that's so romantic that you cannot forget it.
I have mine, but I want to know yours.
Ooh, let's see this.
No, you can go first.
Okay. For I don't even remember which birthday it was, but it was the first year we had been dating. Lee surprised me with a trip to Paris for my birthday. That was a really high bar to set. I remember just crying. I was like, this isn't real, oh my God.
Yeah, but then I set the bar too high and I was like, oh man, like your next birthday, here's like, I don't know, a book or something. Like, I don't know, all my ideas are gone. But yeah, it was nice.
And the Paris trip, what did you guys do? Was it an amazing trip? What happened?
Yeah,
it was really good.
Yeah, we had a few friends that were going to be there, so we were visiting our friends, and yeah, I think that might be one of our first like international trips. So it was fun to see that we could like travel really easily together, and yeah, it was really nice.
So she told me her most romantic moment in the relationship. So what's your most romantic moment in the relationship?
I think are just smaller things. Like if I'm having a bad day, I'll come home and she'll have like a surprise for me or something. Just something really small, like the day-to-day things, just knowing that someone's there and that they love you and support you. It could always make, you know, like completely turn my day upside down. So I think that is more for me. The big gestures are good, but that's like one small thing, and our day-to-day life, it's nice having someone there.
I also was a teacher in the US, so I couldn't afford a trip to Paris.
Yeah, but
oh,
you know.
Man.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I'm kind of jealous. Actually, not kind of jealous, I'm very jealous.
Why you choose Vietnam to stay and work?
We came originally 2 years ago for our friend is Vietnamese and she got married in Hanoi. And we spent like 9 days in Hanoi just, you know, celebrating her wedding, looking around, and we loved it. So we both were in positions with our jobs back in the States where we weren't very excited about what we were doing. So we're like, let's go back. And we tried Ho Chi Minh City instead this time, and we love it.
Everyone's super friendly, and I think the people are really what made us want to come back.
And the food.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like all foreigners feel like that.
Like
people
food,
and
yeah.
food.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
So going back to your childhood, did you guys like always know that you were lesbian, or when was the first moment when you knew, okay, I'm lesbian?
I don't know if there was a moment, but I always knew. I was definitely more of a tomboy, and I started to realize when my friends would be really excited about guys, I'd be like, oh, like they're fine. Like I think that they look handsome, but at the same time, I don't want to like be around them that often. Like let's just hang out together instead, you know. But it definitely took a while, and we talk about this a lot because there's this idea of what it would be to be a lesbian and what you would look like and all of these things, and it'd be like, that doesn't really fit my box. So it took a lot longer than it should have, really, but I always kind of knew that I was at least different. I didn't know how until maybe like high school or college.
Yeah. Probably the same. I grew up, my aunt is also a lesbian, and she kind of built the identity of what like a gay woman should look like and be like, and I love her to death, but like we're just two very different people. She has the short hair and like, you know, more what you would think of when you hear the word lesbian. So I just thought, that's it, you know, I'm different, but that's not me either. So I was just kind of trying to figure out relationships with guys, because everyone just assumes that you're going to be straight, if, you know, pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, like, they're fine. I like them, but whatever. And then I met my first girlfriend, and that's when it was like, this is what they've been talking about. So, yeah, magic, fireworks.
Yeah, sorry. But a lot of culture, like a lot of jokes are based around like a woman not being satisfied in her heterosexual relationship. So when you're a teenager, you're like, oh, well, I'm not supposed to like really like this. Like he's supposed to like it, but I'm not really supposed to like be as into it. So it took a little longer, I think, to kind of break through that too.
A lot of people have like this idea that if you are a lesbian, you're going to be less satisfied in yeah, right? Totally wrong.
So, did you guys came out with your mom and dad?
Yeah.
Was it a big boom experience or?
No. It was actually very boring. I think both of our families have been extremely supportive, like super open-minded.
Yeah, we both have a lot of gay people in our family, like aunts, uncles, that sort of thing. I think that made it a little easier. I think the only problem was that, you know, your parents expect one thing for you, and then when you tell them something else and they're so surprised, I think it's like a processing time for them. Not that they were upset, but I'm sure both of our parents thought that we'd have like a husband and 3 children and like a certain, you know, what they had thought they wanted for us. But other than that, yeah, very supportive and really great.
Did you guys have love story before you met each other?
Did you?
It obviously didn't go well.
No, absolutely not. No. Yeah, I mean, I think we both had like crushes. I had been seeing someone, but I had convinced myself that it was like just them and it wasn't me still. Like I was like, oh, it's just this person. Yeah, I hadn't come out or anything at that time. It was just kind of like a big secret thing. And it really like weighs on you, you know, like it really like messed with my health and everything like that. So when things went south with that, I was like, all right, when I meet someone, I'm going to tell my parents. And then so when I met her, I was like, oh no, now I have to tell my parents. Like I started to get more anxious. So I think we both kind of had like, you know, quiet things beforehand.
I think for a lot of people, and maybe lesbians especially, I don't know, sort of coming out to yourself is one of the hardest parts, because so often you are put into like, you like guys and this is how it's gonna be, and then you'll have babies, you'll be a mom, and when you start to sort of get these little hints and clues that that's not the truth for you, it's like you have to rethink everything, and you go back into your childhood and you remember like, oh yeah, that was kind of weird that I was following a girl around my high school because she was so pretty. Or, you know, like all these things, like the writing was on the wall, I just wasn't reading it.
Putting things together.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah, that wasn't very straight of me.
Right?
But
Did you ever date a boy in high school or when you were a teen or something?
I dated,
Yeah.
we've each dated one boy.
Yeah, no, I've dated 2, I think 2, but yeah, they were more like friends for sure.
But did you guys kiss or hold hands or?
Yeah, we did, and it's like fine, but it was just kind of like lackluster, not really, you know, like I could take it or leave it. I could just not hang out with them and be perfectly fine, you know?
Men.
Yeah, you know? I mean, they're fine, they're handsome. And for you, what was it like?
I had one boyfriend, and I'd known him since kindergarten, so I think like we're still friends to this day. I think we were together for like 4 weeks, maybe, so not very long, but I think we both realized that we were trying to make something more out of what should have always been a friendship. And then after that, I met like the first girl I fell in love with, so then I was like, this makes sense now. Okay. Because he was a great guy, it should have worked, you know, on paper,
Right.
but
Yeah.
there was just something missing.
The missing link. You are not a girl. What are some bad habits or obstacles that you overcome in a lesbian relationship?
Oh, no, I was going to say in general, we have time issues, but this I think is, you know, like for straight people as well, but I am always late to things and like take forever, like I'm the slowest person ever, and she always wants to be early, so the only time that we really fight is when like we're leaving the house and it'll be like, bickering about time.
Hurry up.
But it's made me a better person because like I'm way less late and I think about it more.
We also, the only other times we fight are when we're hungry.
Oh yeah,
we get hangry.
Picking a restaurant
we
or
just pick
picking
on
food.
each other.
Yeah, that could go on for a while.
Do you have any problems with like jealousy or even like attachment or something like that?
I think maybe attachment. I know the stereotype of lesbians is that like they get together and then you never see them again because they're always together, like reading books and taking baths in their house with their cats, But
That's kind of what I
yeah, I mean, and some lesbian relationships for sure are that way, but not ours. But it is so easy when you are dating someone of the same gender as you. Like, we share clothes, we share shoes, we even sometimes share contacts, not used ones, but like if I'm out, I'll just like take some of hers. And so I think our identities start to blend a little too much that way.
Yeah, I'm with friends too. Like it's like one of us can't be like I'm going out with the girls or I'm going out with the guys. Like we have a lot of similar friends, especially now because we've been together for so long. So yeah, we have to be conscious to be like, no, you're going out without me today, and I'm staying here. I'm doing this, but. Yeah, it does become really easy to kind of just do like everything together.
Like separating, okay, I'm gonna go out with the friends and we don't have to be together for this.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. What about the good habits?
Yeah, good habit.
I think just the constant, like we are always checking in with one another, like are you doing okay? Like it can be simple stuff like how was your day, but then also like in our relationship, are you still happy? Is there something I should be doing better? I think maybe even a little too much. We are constantly like taking each other's temperature, trying to figure out like, are you still happy with me? Okay, good. We can, go another year. Yeah, so.
And I love how you say it, taking the temperature of each other. Like, are you hot for me or are you cold for me?
Can you guys compare the LGBT community in Vietnam and your hometown?
I mean, here there's I guess we don't really know as many places to go. So we're from Denver, Colorado, which actually has a pretty big like LGBTQ scene. And there's a lot of different bars and a lot of people go out. But here I think people have been friendlier. We've actually met a lot of guys that have been really, really friendly and actually want to like get to know us and be our friends. Whereas in Denver, I think there's so many that the guys don't care.
Sometimes you go to a gay bar back in the States and as lesbians, you feel like you are taking up space. They would rather you not be there because like, oh, well, a cute boy could be in your space. You're just, like you're a waste of space.
Piece of furniture.
Can you share with us your future plan?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Do we have a future plan?
We've been trying to figure that out, actually. Great question. We did recently spend some time in Thailand, and while we were there, we're like, oh my gosh, let's try this. It's awesome here. But then we came back here, and then we're like, wait, we don't want to leave. That would mean leaving here. So definitely more time in Vietnam.
Yeah, I think we'll be here for a while. We have a really nice life here, so.
Ooh, I've got a weird question. Okay, so talking about Thailand, have you ever like wondered about ladyboys?
What do you mean wonder?
What do you mean wonder?
How far down
When you're there, they don't leave a lot to the imagination.
Is there like an attraction?
Yeah, I find them attractive.
There are definitely some trans actors that I have crushes on. 'Cause they're just like beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what is her name? From Trace Lysette? Or from Pose, all of those girls are gorgeous.
I think generally, especially like anyone that presents themselves as feminine, I'm automatically going to find more attractive. So, no matter, even if it's just maybe someone that's a queen for the day or something.
So do you guys have something to share with the LGBT community to build a good life and a good relationship like you?
Oh.
How?
Please tell me how to make a relationship last for 6 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like open communication has been the biggest thing for us. Obviously though, because we're lesbians, that's a stereotype. We talk like all the time. Also, I think a lot of people, especially like our friends at home, because of Tinder and everything, they're just like constantly looking, and they think that the grass is always greener. And especially some of our guy friends, it's like they just go through, you know, guys on apps and everything. I think it's not like a bad thing to just settle down and put your faith in something and like not run away as soon as things kind of get a little rough. So yeah, I think that's been like the best thing with us, is that we've been completely committed to each other and willing to learn and grow with each other. And yeah, but don't put too much pressure on yourself, you know, to like to make something, because when we met, we didn't know we would be here, obviously, you know, like.
And also just remember that relationships never look like how they do on Instagram. Like, we still constantly work, and it's not pretty most days, but like, it's worth it. So once you have found a person that you have decided is worth it, like, stick with them, even when it's not as easy or it's not as glamorous as what someone on Tinder might be advertising.
Literally advertising.
Those Instagram relationship advertisements make you set your like goals for a relationship so high, and and it's kind of like
not real.
Yeah, not realistic.
Exactly.
Totally,
and you pressure your partner in such a unrealistic way that they kind of feel like, hey, this is not going to work anymore. Also with Tinder, you have so many options that, you know, it's easy to just think, okay, let me just quit this and go to the next one.
I think so.
What's the biggest thing that you guys learned from loving each other?
Yeah, I think that I've just learned to be more confident in myself, because it's really nice to always have someone that's kind of supporting you and there for you. And even if you're scared to do something, I know that she'll always give me her honest opinion, and she'll always kind of push me, you know, a step further, even if I'm scared. And it's nice to know if you completely mess up and do something horribly wrong, she'll always be there to have my back.
Thank you.
Now she's sitting behind.
Right? I'm constantly trying to.
Don't worry.
I think mostly what Lee specifically has taught me in our relationship is just how to care about others. And sometimes I notice her like just anticipating my needs or someone else's needs, and I'm like, how did you do that? I would have never thought that about myself, let alone another person. So she's really, I think, made me better at like trying to sort of make things easier, make things more comfortable for others too. So I really appreciate that about you.
So jealous.
Oh man, oh man.